Hello. I'm having a bad night. I just got back from the gym and it was a rough time. For the first time at the gym, I actually started panicking and I had to walk out and sit in the car, collect myself, and then go back in. I was proud of myself for going back in, but overall, I'm just so embarrassed and disappointed. I don't know what's wrong with me. I know what's wrong with me, but you know what I mean. I got food because I haven't really eaten much today and I don't feel like eating it. And I'm just kind of struggling a lot. I feel like I have no body, right? I have no one to talk to. Right now that's my friend. That I go to the gym with. She kind of witnessed what happened and it's me apologizing. And she's saying hey, don't apologize. It's okay, it's not something you can control. No one was mad. We all just wanted to know if you were okay. I'm mad at myself. But why? That's the thing. Why am I mad at myself? I'm so frustrated at myself because I can't function like a normal human being. But what is normal, right? How about more like a neurotypical? I don't want to feel so trapped by everything anymore. So when I get in the car nowadays, I feel like it's just immediate anxiety. Even when I'm not in the car. Even just laying in bed at nighttime alone in my room in the dark. Going to the bathroom at nighttime is hard for me. Doing anything at nighttime is hard, particularly, especially alone. I've been so used to having people by my side the past 5 years that now I don't know how to function on my own. I've always had people taking care of me, being in a relationship and having friends. And now that I don't really have any of that, it's I'm learning how to relive. I'm relearning how to live. There we go. But I'm not doing a very good job. And it's hard to do that when you're going through a really rough patch. As it is. And you have no support. I have no support system here. I get blamed for a lot of things. How I react, anxious and getting upset, with my depression and things like that. And I'm frustrated because when I get in the car, I'm immediately anxious, right? So back in June, I've not talked about this, not really out loud. So I'm gonna do it. because I feel like it's something that I just need to confront. I used to have this really big fear of outer space, and if I think too much about it, I get triggered. I'm sure everyone has different triggers. For me, outer space is a huge trigger. If I think about the Earth and the solar system and like the galaxy and like everything, something that I once loved when I was younger, I now fear. Huge fear. I look up at the sky and I'm terrified. I literally cannot look up at the sky without feeling sometimes like I'm gonna pass out. I know because it's like a vast open space. It's like an endless open space. That is a huge like agoraphobia trigger. I feel like I could be totally wrong, but I think it is. So for me, that is something that I've struggled with. Honestly, before I was even diagnosed with anything, I recognized it a little bit when I would like watch fireworks sometimes. I never liked fireworks, but I always know looking at the sky would always make me feel a certain way. I never liked it. But it got worse as I got older. And when I was homebound, there'd be times I couldn't even like walk outside my house for months, not only because I was like, agoraphobic and whatever, but I didn't ever want to see the sky. The sky was a trigger for me. When I was forced to move houses when I was homebound, we did it at nighttime because I didn't want to see the sky. I felt like nighttime was easier because it wasn't like as in my face and I could kind of hide away and not focus on the sky. I kind of overcame this fear by watching Doctor Who. I became really obsessed with Doctor Who, and I tried to retrain my mind that, outer space is cool. And wouldn't it be so cool to travel outer space in a TARDIS and be like a companion, I don't know. So that helped me kind of overcome it at that time, which was 10 years ago now. So I haven't had this fear for about 10 years. And I mean, sometimes I get like a little like, but overall, like it's not been something that's really consumed me since like 2011, 2012. 2012 was kind of when I feel like I've kind of got over it for the most part. I mean, it's still like always in the back of my mind. Not always, but it's there a lot. But not like a lot. I don't know. So in June, I was taking a shower at like 4 in the morning, and for some reason that fear like kicked in hardcore, and it's not gone away since. I had to run out of the shower, beg my boyfriend at the time to play a video game with me, just get my mind off of it. It was bad, and I was terrified I couldn't leave the house the next day because I was going to be so focused on the sky and outer space and all this stuff. There's no rational thinking behind any of it. It's just been a fear of mine for a long time. And I thought it kind of went away. But now after 10 years, it's back. And it's been back for over 4 months now. And I've been struggling with it. And this is the first time I'm actually talking about it out loud. And I don't know if I should watch Doctor Who again. Catch up on the newer seasons that I've missed with Peter Capaldi and the woman doctor. I'm behind. I don't know. Like, I just don't know what I should do. Even sometimes when I watch Star Wars, it would kind of trigger me, which sucks ass because I love Star Wars. I don't know if it's an agoraphobic thing. I don't know if it's just an anxiety thing. I don't know if it's just me overthinking. I used to have this conversation with my parents about how, like, how do people not overthink, like, life like that? You know, like, we're just living on, like, a floating rock, and, like, that's so fucking scary, and, like, gravity, and, like, outer space, and, like, oh, I don't like thinking, I can't think about it, because I get very anxious, and I'm already really anxious from tonight in general. So now when I get in the car, that's something that's always in, like, the forefront of my mind, is, like, the sky and outer space, and I'm trapped, and we're gonna float away, and gravity's gonna give out, and, like, none of that's rational. None of that is rational. It's not gonna happen. I know it's not gonna happen. But my mind is like, it's gonna happen. So the further I get away from my house, which is not even that fucking far, like 10 minutes down the road, I don't know. Let's say I'm like 10 minutes away from my house. On my ride, my daily car ride, I've been cutting them short because as soon as we get, like, further and further and further, I'm like, oh my god, the outer space thing. Why? I'm like, I feel like I'm self-sabotaging at this point. I went to the post office on Saturday, and the whole time I was in there, I was just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. I didn't die. I sucked it up and I made it through. But it was like, I just kept thinking that I'm far away from my house, I am trapped, and I can't get back to my room where I'm safe from gravity giving out. Like, what in the, what kind of blasphemy bullshit is that? I've literally convinced myself that as long as I'm in my room, I'm safe, kind of, from gravity giving out. But I'm convinced that if I'm kind of anywhere else, especially outside, that I could be trapped and I'm gonna die because of outer space. It makes no sense. I don't get it. So it's really prevented me from doing a lot of things, especially outside, especially at nighttime, even during the daytime. Whenever I'm out anywhere, I think of it and I start to feel dizzy and lightheaded. I start to feel like I'm gonna pass out. I get jittery and, like, my muscles start to twitch, which that's a huge trigger because it almost feels like I'm gonna have a seizure, which is another one of my huge triggers. Like, I mean, the clonazepam is like a anti-seizure medication as well as an anti-anxiety medication. So I'm like, I'm gonna be fine. I've never had a seizure, but yet that's one of my biggest fears is having a seizure. Because when I was first really struggling with my anxiety, my dad, he didn't live with us at the time, and he said his neighbor had a seizure, and he gave me details, and that traumatized me. So ever since then, ever since I was 14, I now have an immense fear of having a seizure. And a couple of years ago, when I was at work, one of my friends who worked in grocery had epilepsy, and he had a seizure. And I was the only person that knew he had epilepsy, so I had to tell people what was going on. And it was the first time of me ever seeing anyone have a seizure in real life. And he had to be taken to the hospital, and it was really fucking scary. And I remember that day was terrible. My coworkers, like, I was crying because, triggered. I was very triggered. And my coworkers were like, why are you so upset? He's gonna be fine. And I'm like, you don't understand, like, it's a trigger for me. And they're like, we don't give a fuck about your triggers. They're being so mean. And I could not stop panicking. I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't even work. I was so, like, distraught. what am I talking about at this point? I just feel like my mind is so fucked up. All the stress that I've been under the past 4 months, everyone leaving me, and now just not knowing what to do with myself, and the realization that I have kind of nobody. I have no one to sit here and give me a hug or cuddle me and hold my hand and tell me everything's gonna be okay. And I have no one to hang out with during the day and help me like get out. So what I do is I rot in bed all day and dissociate, and I just try to do the bare minimum to survive, and I feel so alone. And I'm just really going through it. And I've realized I went on Bumble BFF to try to make friends, and like not really matching with people. And I'm like, okay, so it's a me problem, right? And I realized like I probably can't hang out with these people anyways. Someone wanted to hang out with me the other night, and I had to kind of just avoid it because what if they see my teeth? And what if I panic? It's like what ifs, right? But they don't live in my comfort zone, and they wanted me to go to their house, and I was like, I have no way of getting there. I have to Uber. That's not gonna happen. And it's just like, why am I stopping myself from living? I want to live. I want to be free. I don't want to do this anymore. And I take more medication now than I used to for my anxiety. And guess what? Nothing. Nothing. So I just wanted to know, like, does anyone else have like weird fears that like they don't talk about? I don't talk about the outer space one a lot, or the seizure one, to most people. I also have a huge fear of choking, but that goes hand in hand with the seizure one. And my tongue being numb, that's a huge fucking trigger fear, which is why I've put off like a lot of dental work, because I know it's gonna trigger me really bad. And people don't get it. Like when I try to explain it to anyone around me, they're just like, so what? It'll be okay. It'll be worth it. The pain's gonna be way worse. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about the pain. I don't want my mouth to be numb, because that's a trigger. Hello? So, I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to do better for myself, but it's not working thus far. Oh yeah, and I turned 28. Kind of sucks because I kept saying for years I was gonna kill myself when I was 27, but guess what? I made it through being 27, and now I'm 28, and I'm still alive. Hating it. So far, 28 is not that great. That rhymed. And I have a personal trainer now too at the gym that I go to. I signed up for a personal training thing. Gross. Once a week. Like I'm trying. I'm trying. For my birthday, my friend got me like a yoga mat and some like fitness stuff so I can do some yoga at home, and I can try to, I don't know. I feel like I am trying, but it's still not working. And I know I'm not going to get results overnight, but I feel like also I can't do it alone. I feel like I need someone by my side, and I feel desperate, and I don't know what to do. And I just want to end it still. Like, I'm still very suicidal, and I just don't know what to do. And I feel like I bother all of my friends like my online friends, like my online best friend. She's my best friend because like she was here the whole month of July. I feel like I bothered her like the whole month because I was so miserable to be around. And even now, all I do is complain about how miserable I am and how much I'm struggling and how much I suffer every day. And why am I like this? Why? I don't I don't get it. So that's been that lately. I've just been hating myself a lot because I want to go places and I want to do things and I don't want to have to constantly worry about the sky and outer space and feeling trapped somewhere and having a seizure even though I've never had a seizure and I just want to live. It's funny because I just said I want to die, but like I don't want to live like this. If this is how it's going to be, then I want to die. But if it can change, then I want to live. Because this is not living. And for a while, for years, I thought I was doing better. And then COVID hit and it kind of kicked me back. And then I thought I was doing better again. And then I got kicked back. And now I'm at the worst spot that I've been in besides being like homebound. But honestly, I felt like I had more support even when I was homebound. Like I feel more empty and alone now than I did then. When I hadn't left my house in 5 years. Make that make sense. I don't know. Nowadays, I just make super long videos of me ranting because I have no friends. I have no one to talk to. I have nothing. I don't even have a fucking therapist barely. I see her once every, 3 weeks? Once every month and a half? She cancels on me all the time. She asked me if 3 weeks was okay. I told her no. She put me on the cancellation list. Guess there's been no cancellations, so now I'm not gonna see her for 10 more days. Sorry, 9 more days. On the 27th, I see her. It just turned the 18th, so basically 10 days. I'm not getting any therapy. I'm not getting any help anymore. I'm losing my shit. And they kicked me out of IOP because I wouldn't go into a home, but the home was not in my comfort zone. Like, hello, I've been struggling a lot lately with my anxiety, and they didn't take that into account. They're like, oh, you'll be fine. No, I will not be fine because I literally can't get to the facility. But they didn't care. So they got mad at me. And I feel like everyone's just abandoned me. And like, I just feel really helpless. And I just really need help. I really need help bad. I feel like mentally I'm losing it. I've already lost it, but like, I don't want to lose it even more. My mind is it's a fucking war zone in there. Anyways, I don't know. I might just lay here and cry and maybe eat food and watch this Thai drama that I've been watching because I have nothing else to really do. I may play some Genshin. I don't know. Today's been a bad day. Tonight's been a bad night. I hope. And also, the BTS enlist. I know no one cares, but like, BTS enlistment, the military thing got announced yesterday. That was not a good way to wake up. What the fuck? Anyways. I hope tomorrow will be better. That's all I can say. But there's no guarantee for that. Anyways, so. But I'm gonna still try. I'm gonna try. It's past midnight, so like BTS said, 0 o'clock, right? If I play it, will it get copyrighted? Usually BTS songs don't. No one wants to listen to BTS on my channel. I don't give a shit about BTS. Oh shit. Sorry. I was listening to this in the car. This is a good song by TXT. I need 0 o'clock. I'm thinking about you when I'm sinking alone. Let's have a jam session. This makes me happy. I want to learn Korean. Like properly. I know some things, but girl, I need you. Everyone just unsubscribes to me right now. This is the shit that makes me happy. This is the shit that literally gets me through. It's so funny when when my stalker is like, she only likes K-pop because they're good looking. Yeah, that's why I know the songs, because songs are so good looking. This song though, Jungkook's voice. I feel like I just need to skip to the chorus. This is basically called 0 o'clock. It's about how when the hand on the clock, right? I'm trying to remember the English translation. Oh wait, Jimin's about to come in. I love it. I love their voices. When they like meet together to make midnight, it's a new day. It's a new day. Leave all your worries from the previous day behind. And guess what? It's 12:20, and it's been 27 minutes of me recording this. So we're gonna leave all the bad shit from the 17th of October behind us, and we're gonna focus on the 18th because it's 0 o'clock. 0 o'clock. And you're gonna be happy. And you're gonna be happy. Turn this all around again. 0 o'clock. I don't know why I felt the need to play that, but I feel like that's kind of relevant. You know, yesterday was a rough day, but today is a new day. See? I don't know. See what? I don't know. Okay, on that note, it's a half hour. Bye. I hope you're all doing well. Better than me. Hopefully better than me. Holy shit. If you're not doing better than me, I'm really sorry. I'm just sorry for this whole video.